Hello again, Cambridge class. So far this week we've been looking at relative clauses, and we've used this story, way home, the way home, to help us understand relative clauses. The next 2 days we're going to have a go at writing the story. So let's just remind ourselves of the story. Okay, so that's a quick reminder of the story so far. So what we're going to do today is we know that the story falls into a number of little categories. He finds a rocket, he meets an alien, the boy and the alien both have broken down rockets, and the boy fixes it, and everybody flies away. That's the basic story. What I want us to think about today is creating a word bank. When we do our writing, we often start with a word bank. So I want us to think really carefully about creating a word bank. And I want you to think about, in the pictures that you see, what can he see? So when he comes inside the shed here, what would he see? What would he feel? So it's a rough door, it's a heavy door. Think about when he's pushing the rocket. How does he feel when he's pushing the rocket? How is he feeling? So when he goes into the shed here, is he curious? Is he nosy? Is he anxious? What can he hear? So you can hear the creak of the door, you can hear the rumble of the rocket. So those are things I want you to think about. So when you're looking at the pictures, I want you to think about these senses. What can you see? What can you feel? With your fingers, what can you touch? What can you hear? And how's that making the boy feel? So before we carry on, if you haven't got a piece of paper and a pencil, go and get one now. Okay, so the story starts with the boy going into the shed and he finds a rocket and he pushes the rocket, which is very heavy, pushes it out into the garden and he climbs inside. So before we move on to the next slide, you can pause the video and write down any words that you can use later to help you with your story. Remember, we're not writing the story, we're just jotting down the words that we might need to help us with the story. Okay, when you've done that, let's look at the next slide. So, the rocket zooms into space and it travels around space, and then there's an alarm goes off, isn't there? The alarm bleeps and the rocket plummets down to the planet and lands on the planet, and the boy ends up sitting on the planet wondering what to do next. And then you remember he sees a planet whiz across the sky, he sees a spaceship whiz across the sky and crash land on the planet too. And over the horizon, an alien appears. And the alien tells the boy that his rocket's broken, spaceship's broken. And the boy tells the alien his rocket isn't working. And the boy and the alien both think hard about what it is they can do to fix the problem. So in a minute, you're going to pause the video and again, jot down any good words that you think you might be able to use when you write the story. Okay, so then the boy has an idea and he puts his backpack on and he slides off the planet. His parachute opens and he gently lands on the earth again. And he runs back to the shed and he gets a ladder. And he pushes the ladder up into the air until it reaches the planet. And then the boy puts some fuel into his rocket and the alien watches. And then he fixes the alien spaceship. The alien says thank you and flies off, and the boy waves him on his way. And then the boy climbs into his rocket and the rocket takes off. So again, you're going to pause the video and jot down any really good words and phrases you can think of, remembering to think about what the alien and the boy can see, what he can feel, how he's feeling inside, and what he might hear. Pause the video and have a go. Okay, so the last thing we're going to think about is when the alien is telling the boy about his spaceship, and when the boy is telling the alien about his spaceship, what might they say to each other? So in a minute, you're going to pause the video and just jot down anything that they might say to each other or anything that they might be thinking. Pause the video and have a go. Okay, so you should have a really good collection of words and phrases to help you when we come to rewriting the story tomorrow. And also, you should have some ideas about a little bit of dialogue between these two characters. So, tomorrow we're going to have a go at writing the story.